Hello, hello. I'm coming to you on purpose. Just kind of winded. I'm on this walk that's going to lead to a hike. It's about a 5-miler. But I'm inspired to do this, to continue doing this, because of some people who I heard speak this weekend, and I wanted to share that with you. So I was lucky enough to be able to attend the Summit of Greatness in Los Angeles this weekend, hosted by Lewis Howes, and just some really amazing speakers. And I was super excited because one of my favorite people to learn from in the world is Dr. Joe Dispenza. And Dr. Dispenza was one of the speakers, and I could not have been more excited. And there was a bunch of other people who were going to be there too, who I was, some people who I'd heard of, but maybe not was particularly super excited to hear speak. But Dispenza, for me, has been a life changer. And you can research him if you're not familiar, but complete life changer for me. So I was incredibly excited to hear him speak. And what do you know? I did hear him speak, and it was fantastic, but he's not the one who I'm thinking about this morning. You never know what's really going to stick with you, and what's going to motivate you in the morning. And this is a lesson for me in judgment and in being open to who I can learn from. You may know the name David Goggins. He was a speaker there, actually the last speaker of the conference. And where do I even start? Like, I'd heard of him, I knew of him, and I was excited to hear him speak just because of his pure athleticism and just the fact that he's crazy, right? Crazy athlete who does just ridiculous feats. He was a former Navy SEAL, held the world record for number of pull-ups, run 200 miles. That guy, that who's gonna carry the boats guy. And that's not me. I'm laid back, I'm chill. That's just not me. But I was excited to hear from him anyway. And what do you know? He's the one who may have changed my life, or at least change my weekend until I forget and fall back into old habits, right? So we'll see which one happens. But I tell you what, there were two moments when Goggins was speaking that I'm thinking about this morning. They were both in a question and answer session. And one guy got up to ask this question, and he said, I want to lose 45 pounds and I can't. What's your advice? And Goggins made him repeat that question a couple of times until he was saying it loud. I'm 45 pounds overweight and I can't lose the weight. I can't lose it. And Goggins just stepped back and he goes, how am I supposed to help you with that? And that was it. And it was like, holy shit, holy crap. Yeah. How can he change somebody's mindset to be able to drop the weight? And I really resonated with that, like, I have some weight to lose. I do. And I'm not ashamed of that. I just put some on over the last couple of years, and now it's time to shed it. And no one's going to help me. No one's going to do it except for me. So here I am. And I'm committed, at least for today, at least for tomorrow, and hopefully on days after that. And then another person got up and asked a question, and her question was, how do I find the motivation? I get up in the morning and I tell myself I'm going to go to the gym, but I talk myself out of it. Or even if I go to the gym, I don't stay as long as I should, and there's this voice in my head that talks me out of it. And Goggins said, that's your problem. You have one voice in your head. You need two. And the second voice needs to be the one that kicks the butt of the first voice and says, yeah, I know you don't want to go, but look where that's led you. And ultimately, over time, as you listen to that second voice more and more, the first voice isn't going to be there anymore. And that resonated with me so much because I have that one voice in my head. I talk myself out of working out all the time. Like, I don't want to get up. I want to just sleep in till 8 instead, because that's more comfortable, it's more relaxing. I need the sleep. No, I don't. I get plenty of sleep. And so programming that second voice to really take charge and overtake that first voice. And you know, it's just a reminder for me, because you know, I've been in shape most of my life. I've been in really good shape, and just the last couple of years, you know, divorce and just finding myself, and just a lot of experiences in life that have led me to where I am. And a dear friend of mine actually pointed this out, who said, you know, what if you've been protecting yourself and a little bit of hiding from the world with just that extra layer, you know? Yeah, maybe. And am I gonna go all Goggins level? I'm not, you know? I'm not that type of person, but I am the type of person who has what it takes to get myself back into shape again. And you're gonna come along for that journey, and I'm gonna share it. And we're gonna do this together, because that's part of life, right? Doing the hard things. And Goggins finished out his time on stage by saying that he's asked often why he doesn't stop when he's tired and why he keeps going. And he said, listen, I don't stop when I'm tired. I stop when I'm done. And here's the part about judgment. You know, I just thought that David Goggins was this guy who was just born crazy, just one of those ultra masculine, like crazy dudes. And after listening to him speak and understanding some of his story, you know, it's not like that. The man's been through so much, and tripping. You know, he's just been through a lot, his own journey, and research it if you want to know more. I'm not going to tell you his story, but he's been through a lot. And so it just was one of those moments for me where I'm like, who am I to judge people and determine in advance who I can learn stuff from and who I can't. I just need to be open to the message of anybody and their experience. And there's always somebody to learn from and some lessons to take from things that other people have been through. You know, there's just an endless list of stories, and everybody has been through something. I hope to continue to share with you some of the things that I've been through, and I hope that some of that inspires you as well. And so that's where I'm at, and that's where we're going to continue to go with this channel, sharing stories with each other, things that we've learned, things that I've learned and experienced, and see if it's helpful for you, because I think if we're here on the planet for anything, it's to serve others and to help others grow. And if I can do anything for you to help you grow, to help you learn, then I will, and I'll continue to learn from others in my life also. And I apologize for all the heavy breathing, because I was going up some pretty intense elevation there. It's evened out a little bit, so I can breathe a little bit better now. But anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you taking this walk with me, and I'm going to see you next time.